Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to my very first vlog. I'm recording this from Melbourne, Australia. I just recently made the choice to move here and am about to embark on a new and exciting journey. And so this brings me to what I wanted to talk about in this vlog, which is choices and the making of choices. I think there is this popular idea with people involved in spirituality that what will be, and that in giving ourselves over to a higher power that we are guided into the right situations at the right times. But the fundamental issue I have with this idea is that it's not considering the wonderful gift we've been given with this life, which is the gift to choose, the gift to exercise our free will and consciously create a life, and in particular a life that we're looking to live at soul level. Before we come into physical life, we have these goals, ambitions, contracts, ideas about what we want to create in this life. And to see those things fulfilled, we need to be consciously choosing and not necessarily waiting for something to happen or believing that we're going to be guided towards the right thing. In all reality, there is no right thing. There are just opportunities. And whatever we choose is right for where we are at this time. Whatever choices we are making are perfect. They are perfect because they represent who we are and what we're doing right now. To make what we may what we may believe to be a more enlightened decision requires us to be in a more enlightened place. And if we're not in that more enlightened place, we're not going to make a more enlightened decision. So whatever decisions we're making for ourselves at this time are perfectly right for where we are right now. In looking at encouraging people to make decisions, I acknowledge that once we have a clear choice between one path or another, that there can be this fear that it's possible to make a mistake. It's never possible to make a mistake. There are a range of choices that people make every day, and some are slightly more in alignment with what is good for us, and some maybe not so much. But like I said before, wherever you're at and whatever choice you make is absolutely perfect for your state of being right now. The most important thing around all of us is making a choice and not waiting for things to happen or believing that the answer to any decision we have to make is just going to fall in our laps. The very nature of life means that decisions are being made all the time without a complete understanding of the outcome. We're never granted a complete awareness of the understanding of any outcome. We may be granted senses of how things may work out by choosing one choice or another choice. But the beauty in life is that we are always in a state of discovery. And so when we choose, we aren't going to know the outcome or exactly how it's going to pan out, because it's a journey. And in any journey, there's discovery. And so now I look at the fact that we need to exercise some level of bravery every time we make significant choices in our lives. And for me, bravery is this open-hearted expression. It is the opportunity to fearlessly and open-heartedly choose and act and create. And so, with any choice that you present yourselves with, you're not going to know all the details of the outcome. You are going to need to be brave. You are going to need to act, to do something, to take the actions which lead you towards the choice. It's one thing to consciously choose up here, it's another to start making it happen. And so that brings me to sort of a last idea around choosing and choice, which is that once we have within ourselves chosen, that choice is never cemented until we take action, until we just, as Nike says, just do it. And this is, for me, the key to decision making, to making a choice, is taking the action. Because excuse me, until we've taken the action, we have not cemented the energy of the choice into our experience. It's just an idea floating out there. And that is the hardest and most challenging part about choices and decisions which lead you towards a different direction. It's taking the action. That's when the rubber is hitting the road. And until that happens, nothing is really happening. And so be brave. Make a choice. Recognize your fear and do it anyway. It's about leading yourself into the unknown. Accepting you don't know the outcomes. Taking the action. And then taking the action again, and then taking some more action. Little or big actions. Every little bit does its part in cementing a path forward. And literally paving an energetic pathway towards something new and something better for yourself. In taking actions in coming here to Melbourne from New Zealand, I was very aware of how every little action I took towards doing it triggered something within myself. It triggers an energetic change, and any energetic change takes some ability to deal with and feel okay about. And so there were big changes like booking an airline ticket, which I felt within me as really intense energy. And then little changes like selling a small item, a small personal belonging, which had no real significance. There's still an energetic impact on me. It's still significant of a change and a movement forward. It still engendered some degree of fear. But I bravely kept chipping away at all these choices and decisions which were ultimately leading me to something bigger and creating an energy of momentum towards a real change in my life. And now that I'm here, I still have this happening. I still have choices and decisions being presented to me. And I'm so acutely aware of the need to choose something. Because once I've chosen something and then taken actions towards that, once I've done that, I am paving the way forward. I'm really consciously creating something. The alternative would be for me to sit back and just wait for things to happen and to not really choose. And so by not really choosing, I could find myself anywhere, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's in my highest alignment and for my greatest good. But I have a choice to create what is in my highest alignment and for my greatest good. And it's up to me to do that. And it's up to me to do that by choosing. And even though some of the choices would appear scary and have me feel vulnerable and really shake up my energy, I know that's the way forward. The way forward into living the life that I'm really wishing to live at soul level, which is the life of highest good and greatest joy. So I encourage you to look at your life now. What choices are before you? What choices are before you that you've been resisting because of fear of making the wrong choice? What choices are before you that you've been resisting because you understand on this deep level that change engenders fear? It makes you feel vulnerable. You make choices in every moment of your day. We all do. And we have the choice to either engage in these choices consciously or unconsciously. When we bring consciousness to our choices, we are empowered. We are moving towards the place where we want to be. I'm just given right now the idea of unconsciously lighting up a cigarette if you're a smoker and smoking. And you see, there's a real significance to that choice, isn't there? That choice speaks volumes about what you're choosing right now. It's unconscious though, isn't it? And people do that unconsciously. So what happens when we bring consciousness to a choice like that? We start really looking at what is right for us, what is good for us, what is going to put us on a path towards what we're really trying to create. And so the invitation is to bring consciousness to all your choices, to understand there is fear involved, to understand there is energetic challenge involved. It can make us feel, again, vulnerable. But that is the beauty and the gift we've been given in life, the ability to change, to make decisions, to create the life that we want. And we either take that on board and ruthlessly follow that with this wonderful level of consciousness and bravery, or we choose to go into the subconscious and make choices or not make choices that are completely, well, choices which I describe as, being asleep, unaware, unawake. And so the invitation again is for you to look at what these choices are in your life. If you just identify one, big or small, today, what is something that you could choose that is what you really want? That is what excites you. And although it brings fear and the worry that you might be making a mistake, think about how you may take the first steps in manifesting that in your life, overcoming those fears, being brave, and just doing it. The final point of all of this is again that Nike expression, just do it. It's quite a great little piece of wisdom, that, to be honest. It recognizes feeling the fear and doing it anyway, making choices for yourself, going out there and doing it in whatever expression that is for you. Good luck with your choices. Good luck with the decisions you're going to have to make. And actually, I don't believe in luck. Be brave in those decisions. Be brave in those choices. Because you are the creator and there is no luck. You are the creator of your experience. And you do it by choosing. And you can never get it wrong. Love and blessings. Take care. Until next time. Goodbye.